Hello, and there we go. And welcome back. So, I'm going to talk to you. So, during Biden's address last night, let's see, he introduced something called the American Families Plan. And he talked a little bit about it. I think it is, on paper, it looks, like a utopia. In reality, it's going to be an absolute freaking disaster. A terrible disaster. Why? Well, glad you asked. So, one of the things that this utopian bill is going to do is get free college education throughout the entire 4 years. And we come back to the question, who is going to pay for it? You cannot just give this away without forcing someone to pay for it. Who's going to pay for it are the people who are not going to college. Biden talked a lot about, I don't know about a lot, but we just shut up. He talked significantly about how there are a lot of jobs that are going to be made that don't require a degree. And they're going to be good, high-paying jobs. Yet the problem with that is he's going to force these workers who have a high-paying job, he's going to tax them high so he can pay for this wonderful utopia of having free college education through all 4 years. What else does the plan entail? Well, let's see. Another thing that he wanted was, or another thing he's going to try and do with this plan is paid medical leave, paid family leave. And one of the things it does emphasize is, like I was saying, paid maternity leave. How are you going to, what you're doing is you're essentially forcing companies to pay people to not work. Okay, so they just had a child. Okay, great. On one hand, I think it's good to have some sort of maternity thing. But on the other hand, I don't think you should be able to force companies to have that kind of thing. Companies should voluntarily include that as a benefit if they so choose to. You cannot force a company to use their own funds to do something they don't want to do. If a company were to tell the government to do something, the government would say, screw you. Yet when the opposite happens, the companies have to oblige. And they have to go through the court system to even make their say. Like how a lot of companies were forced to pay for birth control. There's a simple solution to that. Just don't have sex. Like, that's not the company's problem. Kind of going back, they not only wanted kind of going back to the last point, not only did they want free college, they wanted free education through age 3. We kind of talked about that in the last video and last couple other videos. Let's see. They also want to incorporate and pay for to help teachers. Okay, I think that's that's not a bad thing. But then when you start talking about minority teachers and trying to level the diversity playing field, what you're essentially doing is you're choosing race over quality. Instead of quantity over quality, you're choosing race. So yeah, you are when you choose race, you're choosing quality over quantity. Or I'm sorry, you're choosing quantity over quality. If the best teachers happen to be white, so freaking what? You want the best of the best regardless of their race, because their race is a inherent biological factor. It's not this social construct that critical race theory wants you to believe. There's quite a bit more in this plan. Like let's take a look here. I'm on the whitehouse.org website. They also want to expand the SNAP program and the nutrition program. Once again, this is telling me that the government wants you dependent on them. They want to be able to control that, and what they're changing comfort for control. When you agree to these programs like expansion of the SNAP or even the Medicare program, you are exchanging your control for your comfort, or for more comfort. You want more comfort and you want more security, which is a good thing. Having more security is good, but to what cost? A better way to phrase this would probably be to say you're changing your freedom, because to have more control is to be more free. So essentially you're exchanging your freedom for more comfort. Is that what we want? Do we want more control over our lives from the government? And again, how on earth are we all going to pay for this? You can't cut taxes in exchange have more money. That's not how it works. Yet this is what Biden's utopia looks like. Oh, and by the way, they're going to increase taxes for the highest tax bracket. They claim that those on the highest tax bracket don't pay their fair share. That is absolute, utter nonsense. And I can do a video later explaining how the tax bracket system works. It's more complicated than people would assume, but those who are making more money are by far paying more taxes. That's how this system is set up. If you make more money, you pay more taxes. Those who are making little to nothing don't even pay taxes. I believe you're not taxed. I think it's like on the first $10,000, $12,000. So if you're making $10,000 or $12,000, granted that's very little, but if that's what you're making, you're not being taxed on anything. I would say those people are the ones who aren't paying their fair share, not these millionaires. They want the millionaires and the billionaires to support all those low income earners. It's absolutely sickening, and it's discriminatory. You can't discriminate against someone because they make more money and say, that's not fair while you're sucking and twiddling your thumbs. That's not how this works. And I would say those on the lowest end of the spectrum aren't paying their fair share, not the high end earners. All right, well, there is that. I hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and see you next time. Bye.